This is Daria and welcome to the channel Days, and this is day 4 of 30 days till 30, and today I am celebrating. I think celebrating would be a bit of a too loud of a statement, but I am celebrating 9 months of sobriety, and this is what I want to talk to you about, or tell you about rather. After the pool, we were coming back with my housemates and we were talking about some of our experience with a particular substance. And I was talking about how a few times when I took it, I reached a very inspiring point of imagination at play. But because it's like you close your eyes and you see these beautiful visions, beautiful to myself in that case, and then you come down and they're not necessarily gone, but to reproduce them, to bring them to life, would be a long-term, difficult, effortful project. And for all of them, it never happened, obviously. That fact felt bitter at the time of an experience sometimes, and still feels bitter to this day. But for a long time, I kind of believed that I need the substances in order to reach my the creative potential, to access the imagination. And I did access it. It's just not sustainable. And when we were talking with my friends, I came up with the following metaphor. Basically, when you take a substance, it is as if you are jumping on a trampoline. Imagine you jump up high, you see far away into the distance for a moment, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous, and then you fall back down. And God help you to land carefully. And you can jump up again, you can jump down, you can jump up again. There's like a lot of you can do a lot with it, obviously. And the other way, which is much more tedious way, is to go up a mountain. And going up a mountain is a slower process. You are spending more time in the intermediate heights, which might not be as satisfying or as bright or as colorful or as shiny, but so it might be frustrating. You have to build the imagination, you have to build it up brick by brick in order to be able to access it in just a normal day-to-day setting. However, there are a lot of benefits to that as well, and the biggest one is that eventually you will reach some height that would be on par with where you jumped with the trampoline, but your both feet are still on the ground, and you can see into the distance, and you can watch it for as long as you like, and you can look around and you can perceive it and you can absorb that vision without worrying that you're going to immediately lose it because you're jumping back down. And that's what's enjoyable about it. The other bit, obviously, that is enjoyable is that there's so much on the way. The slow ascent up the mountain allows you to spend more time with whatever you find on your way, like this little plant, this little animal, If you're here, if you're there, look around, rest, listen. You obviously have to be quite strong to do that, or build up strength on your way, and make sure you are able to like physically sustain this journey, which is not unlike jumping on a trampoline. You have to be physically strong and focused and coordinated in order to be able to like land safely in that situation, which you might not always do. And obviously any recovery is going to take a lot of time, effort, and again physical stamina and emotional stamina to like to recover fully, or the closest to the fully that is possible. And when you go up the mountain, you might sometimes slide down a little bit, but only a little bit. You're not falling down the entire way, unless you're playing Getting Over It, a reference that you, I'm sure, all are familiar with. On the mountain, it's very useful to have other people around, obviously, as well as on the trampoline. They might help you to like secure you when you're walking close to the edge, or help you land safely again if you are jumping on a trampoline. And both of the situations benefit greatly from having other people around, especially other people who are on a journey of their own, and especially if they are on a similar journey to you. If you're on the mountain with someone, you will see different details of the environment, of the surroundings, of the skyline, of the horizon, and you might share and exchange your visions, which is very valuable. And on the mountain, you have time to register the vision. You have time to sit with the vision and let it spill onto the page in whatever form is yours. And I like that. I like that a lot. And I would never, my opinion on substances and drugs and everything is that if you can do it safely, if you know you can do it safely, if you have people in your life who can help you land back safely, and you are still a happy and content person who has a lot in their life, I'm very happy for you. Personally, for myself, I had to choose the sobriety because otherwise it was very hard to maintain any other part of life and kind of have any motivation to be on the mountain at all and register anything. Yeah, I remember like once when I was taking the substance with someone that I've been talking about before, and I closed my eyes and we were listening to this gorgeous album by Ruth Geller, called Skylumina, and it is so enjoyable. It is so amazing. I completely and definitely recommend you to listen to it, to cherish the experience. There's so much poetry in it, so much texture in it, so much. There's just so much in it, and I love it a lot. I actually need to re-listen to it myself. And I was laying down on the couch, wrapped at least partially in the electric blanket, and I closed my eyes, and I was in this like movie of my own. I was running through crumbling, through crumbling architecture, and I was running through, meaning there was like a shape that represented me, and it was a black and white setting, and the vision would switch from like 2D to 3D depending on the situation, and the architecture would like crumble down, and I was running through it, and there were like different, not necessarily obstacles, but different bits of the architecture, different bits of this pathway that I was running through, and it was beautiful. And it's all happening to the tune of this beautiful artwork that someone went up the mountain and brought it to us. Someone who managed to like gather enough patience to work through in detail and build it up brick by brick. And I felt so envious and so bitter that they, Ruth and others who are on this album, could do that and I couldn't. Because the only thing I could do at that moment is to see this gorgeous vision behind my closed eyes and never to share it completely. And I have this like writing on the wall that I did like, don't remember when exactly. Thoughts are invisible. And it's precisely about that. It's like whatever beautiful visions you have behind your closed eyes, if they are not outside of that, if there's no registration of them, then I don't want to say they're worthless, but they also kind of are, in a way. And I want to build the strength to keep going up the mountain, to keep building up the imagination, to keep building up my registration tools, to keep building up my physical and emotional stamina to be able to sustain sometimes harsh conditions up the mountain, to be able to help and ask for help and receive for help from other travelers, and just share whatever I find there. So this is one of the ways I'm sharing my current findings on the mountain, and I appreciate that. So happy 9 months of sobriety to me, and thank you, and I see you tomorrow.